Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Ducky once again. Right, time for Xbox One. Now, I'm an okay fan of a Xbox One. You know, I think it's got a few good games to stand on its own. Not to mention, during last generation, the best version of the game was usually on, of like a multi-plat game, was usually on the Xbox. So, yeah, let's get on with this. Now, like my what was it? My Sega Saturn video. Like I said in it, I didn't actually say it, but I put in the annotations, you know. There's a few Xbox games that I've not really given a proper chance that I need to properly give my opinion of before I say it's crap, you know. I did that quite a bit in my Saturn video, and so I've got 8 games here. These are games that I'm not totally sure I'd give my opinion on right away, but at the same time, I'm not that compelled to openly play them from what I have played of them. So anyway, but let's get into it. Right. The first three I haven't even played at all, to be honest. Well, Ghost Recon, what's it? Yeah, it's the original Ghost Recon. I popped this in for about 5 minutes. I really didn't like it. I know someone who really did like this, actually, an old friend of mine, but like, I couldn't get into it, so sorry. Right. Headhunter Redemption. Now, I would like to try this, I definitely would, but I've not beaten the first one, so I'm going to wait till I get around to doing that before popping this in. But it's a good thing to have anyway. SSX 3, I hear this is an absolute classic amongst snowboarding fans. Not even popped it in yet, I mainly just got it for collector purposes, you know, so yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that do think this game is awesome, and I'm not going to contradict. Right. Obscure. Tez Chi kind of recommended this to me. It's sort of a love-hate survival horror type of game, but I definitely didn't like it, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not very, it's pretty cheesy, it's pretty, yeah. Go watch the first cutscene on YouTube and you'll get what I mean. Right. Serious Sam, this is considered a PC classic, and I'm not fully giving up on it. I mainly just popped it in for about 10 minutes, and I didn't hate what I played. But, like I said, you know, I'm not totally compelled to continue, but, like I said, a lot of people love this game, so I ain't shitting on it. Right. Now, these next 3, I actually got, 3, it was like a deal. I got them all for a tenner, I believe, but I popped them all in and played them on the same night, basically. And, yeah. So I don't really have proper opinions on them, but I'll show you what I got anyway. Malice, which is kind of a 3D platformer, interestingly. But, yeah. I didn't like it too much. And these next 2 are actually first-party Microsoft games, and it really makes me wonder. You know, back in the day, Microsoft published a lot of new IPs, didn't they? I guess because they were new to the console scene at the time, but it's still pretty interesting. You know? Azuric, Rise of the Parathia, and Nightcaster, Defeat the Darkness. I played both these games, can't say I liked either of them. Yeah, I'm just going to stop there actually, but yeah, I'm sure there are people that do like them, but anyway. Right, these games I'm totally confident in commenting on, so let's get on with it. I thought I'd get this out of the way right away. Shenmue 2. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Warriors. This is also on the PS2. I remember when this came out, you know, Rockstar was doing something a bit different by, you know, because The Warriors was like a film from the 60s. Not a lot of people knew about it, so why make a game on it? But damn it, this game is awesome. You know, you can arcade-style beat-em-ups from like the 16-bit era. Well, this right here is a perfect representation of that genre in 3D. You know, you can play co-op, just beat up everybody, and it's even got sort of a Double Dragon parody going on somewhere in the game. But yeah, definitely, this is a fantastic game, you know, definitely give it a try if you've got a chance. It's also on the PS2, right. Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, you all know I'm a huge Oddworld fan, and I remember when Xbox first came out, this was something I really wanted to play. And it's a damn good 3D platformer. I never did beat it. It's one of those games that I was just like, yeah, didn't beat. It was after Munch and Abe meet up at some point in the story, and I don't know, I kind of stopped playing it at that point. I probably didn't even get too far, to be honest, but yeah, it's definitely a good game. I'd give it a thumbs up from what I played. Right. Project Zero 2. This is my favourite Project Zero game. I've said before how much I love this series, you know. Not got around to playing this version on the Xbox though, even though I've heard it's superior to the PlayStation 2, so I'm going to have to get round to that eventually. Looking forward to it. Right. Here we have Blinx the Time Sweeper and Blinx 2 Masters of Time and Space. Right. Now I got about 2/3 through Blinx, and I was enjoying it for a little bit. It wasn't fantastic, but it was still good. But then, like, as usual, I just stopped playing it again. I think I got to a level which was just bugging me, and I was like, nah, I don't want to play this anymore. So yeah, it was kind of a, it was kind of a, you know, a flop, if you will. I know there are a lot of people who had Xboxes that, you know, Blinx is their Crash Bandicoot. And it's interesting, because I remember this came out the exact same day as the original Ratchet and Clank. And yeah, I remember making instant comparisons between Ratchet and Blinx. So yeah. And I never even played the sequel, because I didn't want to try without playing this one first. I might pop it in at some point, but I hear it's a bit misleading, because you don't even play as Blinx, am I right? You play as this new character. But whatever, anyway. I'm not dissing Blinx, you know. Games are okay. Sphinx. I've actually owned this on all 3 consoles, and I've never once beaten it, but it is this great sort of like original puzzle solving game that I tend to like. You know, you play as a Sphinx and what's his name again? Tutankhamun? Or is that? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. Really unique original game, definitely. Very underrated. Should definitely check out if you've got the chance. Alien Hominid. This was from the makers of Castle Crashers. It's a 2D shooter, sort of a flash game, and it's pretty frantic and really fun, definitely. Not so good with the original Xbox controller, if I'm honest, but you can get it on the PS2 as well, and I might just buy it on the PS2. Right. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Now, my whole experience with this game was when I attempted to do a blind LP of it. I actually remember playing it, and I didn't really like it, if I'm honest. I didn't like how the right analog stick was to punch, and the combat was just so redundant, and there wasn't really much to the game besides that. And yeah, it was just really boring to me. I'm alright in saying that. And I played it for about an hour when I was doing my Let's Play. And then I was like, nah, fuck this, I'm not enjoying this. And that was actually when I decided on the spot, right, my Xbox is still hooked up. Let's do an LP of Psychonauts, which is in this pile. And we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, fun little story, isn't it? Okay.